So we've had quite a few adjustments with the Season 4 Reloaded update when it comes to all the weapons inside Warzone. The meta has shifted a little bit as well, and in this video we're going to be ranking every single gun that's currently inside the game from best to worst using this tier list. If you do enjoy this style of content, don't forget to subscribe as we try to reach our goal of 50k. Click that link and subscribe to our second channel. Obviously we're going to get through this really quickly. We're not going to give too much of an explanation for these guns because there's so many guns here now. There's over 200 guns in this game now, so it's pretty ridiculous at this point. So let's get through this. So Cold War AK, definitely top tier upper. Standard AK is lower. AMAX is upper now, especially with the update that took place. AN94 is lower, or even in kind of just like the usable category. I do think the AK is better. Then we've got the AS Val. That is definitely in top tier lower. Mag capacity is a bit too small now. The burst fire rifles are just kind of in that usable section, more or less. FAL is usable as well at the minute. Fara, top tier upper, still pretty solid gun. FFAR is in top tier lower. It's kind of like a weird weapon. It's not really that good anymore in terms of sniper support and things like that. FR 5.56 is trash. Grau can pretty much be meta. It's super low recoil, and that is what the meta is just now because it takes quite a long time to kill. Then we've got the Groza, which is kind of just in that usable category. It isn't a great weapon. We've got the Kilo, which now after its huge buff I do think is kind of like a meta weapon now, so it's definitely very solid. Krig is top tier upper, just doesn't really hit very hard. M13 is meta in my opinion. M16 is just usable. M4 is definitely meta. There's a lot of meta Modern Warfare guns now in my opinion. Odin, it's kind of top tier lower. It's not too great. I don't think anyone would use it really. QBZ is top tier lower as well. Ram 7 is top tier upper. Scar is in top tier lower. If I had a bigger mag, it'd be more viable. XM4 I think is going to be meta again because it's definitely a very solid rifle at the moment. Cold War MP5 is definitely top tier upper in my opinion. I don't think it's meta really. I do think it's still a solid gun, but it could be meta. P90 is usable. Bison is top tier lower. ISO is top tier lower. MP7 is top tier lower. Striker's trash. Fennec is kind of usable, but the mag capacity is a bit too small. MP5 definitely top tier upper still. Uzi, this got a buff actually with the recent update. Still kind of in that top tier lower section. Modern Warfare AUG, top tier lower, movement's a bit too slow. DMR is kind of just in that trash category for the most part. Same with the other semi-auto rifle from Cold War as well. Then we've got the KSP, which is trash. We've got the Milano, which is definitely still a solid gun. I do think it's actually top tier upper as kind of like a sniper support weapon. LC10 top tier lower. It isn't great in terms of time to kill, but it's very easy to use. Cold War PPSH is top tier lower. Mac 10 definitely top tier upper right now. Bullfrog top tier lower. The AK-74U depends on how you want to use it. I do still think it's top tier lower. I don't think it's a great sniper support gun. Origin shotgun is not the best shotgun right now. Shotguns are in the mix, but the Origin's not the better one, but it's definitely top tier lower. Street Sweeper is pretty solid, but again, not one of the better shotguns. Gallo is pretty solid too, but again, not the main shotgun to use. We've got the Howard shotgun, which is kind of just harder to use in general, so I wouldn't really recommend it. R90 shotgun is top tier lower as well. Model is still trash, even though it got buffed. VLK Rogue completely broken, currently meta weapon. Jack 12 really broken, currently a meta weapon. The 725 shotgun, it's kind of in that usable category. It does do a lot of damage now. The only issue is that they're very hard to use. This MG60 or the M60, whatever it's called, is trash. RPD, definitely top tier lower. Stoner, top tier lower. There's so many better LMGs from Vanguard now. The Holger is just usable really. MG34 from Modern Warfare is kind of just in that usable section. Then we've got the SA87, is also kind of unusable slash trash as well. PKM, definitely a solid LMG still. Top tier upper for sure. M91 in my opinion is top tier lower. Bruin is top tier upper. Finn LMG is just kind of top tier lower really. Tundra Sniper is a good sniper, but even though it got a buff, it's still not one of the better ones, so it's going to be in top tier lower. The semi-auto snipers are currently just not really all that viable. Pellington, in my opinion, is a meta sniper right now. AX50 is pretty good too. I do think it's top tier upper. Dragunov, trash. Rytech, trash. HDR is definitely a meta sniper at the moment. Then we've got the 1911s, which are usually just really bad. Magnum's really bad. Diamati is obviously, as a secondary weapon, is definitely top tier upper still. The crossbows now are really good in my opinion, so I do think they can be either top tier upper or top tier lower. I think is probably the best place to put them. The M19 pistol is kind of in that top tier lower usable category. Renetti is just a bad Diamati, so again, it's just usable. X16's trash. Snake shot pistols from Modern Warfare are trash. Cyclops are pretty solid, top tier lower. Deagle's trash. 1911 trash. SKS trash. Crossbow, top tier lower once again. Both are very similar. This one has the explosive rounds, which are very broken right now. EBR trash. This is the carbine, Mark II carbine trash. The Karna 8K from Modern Warfare is okay. It's top tier, maybe lower in my opinion. Not the best aggressive sniper in the game at the minute. Then we've got the S4.R again, top tier lower. You can use them. Swiss, top tier lower. ZRG, still a meta sniper in my opinion. One of the only few snipers that do a one-shot headshot out to infinity range, so definitely needs to be up there. Carve, trash man, no one uses this gun. This is the AMP. The AMP in my opinion is top tier upper as a secondary weapon. C58 actually right now is really solid, is between top tier upper and meta, and I do think it is a meta weapon. We've got the MG82 from Cold War, which is kind of in that top tier lower section. The nail gun, it actually has a really good TTK right now. The only issue with it is the mag capacity is too small, so I'm going to put it in top tier lower. You can definitely use it in solos if you really want to. EM2, top tier lower. You can still use the gun, but it ain't great. Tech 9 is just usable really. OTS is a solid SMG, but the Vanguard ones are just too good right now. CX9 is top tier lower as well. Then we've got the Grav. The Grav is definitely top tier lower, a bit too much recoil. Ironhide shotgun is trash. Marshall pistols are okay. They're definitely usable, but it's not gonna be a gun that you're gonna want to pick. Then we've got the RAL LMG, which is top tier lower, a bit much recoil, but it does have a good time to kill for the most part. Next we've got the 3-line rifle, and obviously this is a meta sniper rifle right now. Very, very good sniper. Better than the HDR in my opinion. Anti-tank rifles trash. AS44 meta gun for sure. TTKs are absolutely insane, and it's a really good sniper support gun at the moment. Automaton in my opinion could be meta actually in my opinion. Definitely in the higher end of top tier upper, but I'm going to put it in meta because I do think it's a solid gun. Bar is still pretty decent. I do think it's top tier upper because they added quite a lot of recoil to this gun recently. Bren, again, in terms of LMGs, it's super low recoil, but is definitely in that top tier lower section now. Then we have the Itra Burst. The Itra Burst, because it's a burst fire weapon, it's just going to be in that usable section. Then we have the Gracie Auto shotgun, which is actually top tier upper right now in my opinion. I don't know what shotgun this is, but it's not going to be all that great. Probably be in the kind of usable or top tier lower section. They've got the Cooper Carbine, which is the meta gun right now. I think it's like literally the main meta weapon everyone will be using at the moment. Double barrel shotguns, if you use them in a Kimbo, they actually do have a insanely fast TTK, so it's definitely top tier lower here. They've got the DP27 in my opinion. It's kind of between usable and top tier lower. I do think it has a bit of a weird recoil pattern. All the kind of marksman rifles from Vanguard are still not viable because they use sniper ammo. If they used assault rifle ammo, they'd be a bit more viable in my opinion. Vanguard car, the best aggressive sniper in this game all around. So definitely a very solid option if you want to check out sniper builds. I've made a video just yesterday actually on that. M1 Grand again, because it's a semi-auto category for the Vanguard rifles, it's just not great. Then we've got the MG32 or 82 from Vanguard, definitely a top tier lower gun. Super easy to use though, so definitely solid overall, but just doesn't kill quick enough. MP40 is definitely a meta SMG right now. by far and away. NZ41, in my opinion, is still actually kind of a meta weapon. It's still relatively easy to use, and I do still think some people will continue to use this gun anyway. Owen gun is definitely kind of in that top tier upper section. The Vanguard PPSH is definitely a solid gun as well. Top tier upper for sure if you use the hipfire build. Ironhorn revolving shotgun is actually a very solid shotgun right now as well, so that's top tier upper as well. Sten, you get the movement speed build, you get a pretty good TTK, so in my opinion is definitely a meta gun. Is a really good SMG for the most part. STG is definitely still meta at the moment. Overall, it's just super easy to use, even though it got nerfs. Again, semi-auto rifle. Tommy gun is not too great right now. Top tier lower for sure. Type 11 is top tier lower as well. It just doesn't hit quite hard enough. The last sniper rifle from Vanguard is not too great either. It's definitely usable, but it ain't great. And then we do have the Type 100, which is definitely a meta SMG just based off the TTKs alone. Volk is definitely a top tier upper weapon in terms of sniper support, so definitely a very good option there. Then we've got the Clouser pistol, which is definitely usable. The machine pistol, which is top tier lower. The rat is also usable. The snake shots from Vanguard are top tier lower. The 1911s are obviously going to be bad. The Lapa SMG now is just kind of in that top tier lower section. The KGM40 now is actually a meta gun for sure. It's just super low recoil, very easy to use. Wellgun is definitely a solid SMG, especially as a sniper support as well. So I'm definitely putting it in the top tier upper section for sure. Then we've got the Whitley Lmg, which is actually a really good gun now. This gun just keeps getting buffs, so it's definitely top tier upper for sure. Armaguerra is the best SMG in the game in my opinion, so that is definitely going to be in the meta section. We've got the Vargo from Cold War, so the Cold War Vargo is definitely a top tier upper. It could even be a meta gun as well, to be perfectly honest, which we're going to put it in here because it's definitely very, very good at the moment. Another one of those kind of semi-auto rifles. Nikita's definitely a meta gun as well, especially as a sniper support. So Nikita definitely going up there. Blixen is still very good as well, so Blixen's definitely going up in the meta section. Then we've got the UGM8, which is the best long range rifle in this game right now. Super low recoil, very easy to use. Probably the best or easiest long range gun to use. UGM8 is a bit of an odd gun. I do think it's kind of weird how to use this weapon. It does have a pretty decent TTK, but overall I'll just give it top tier upper. Then we've got the Marco 5, which I do still think is a meta SMG as well, especially as a sniper support once again. And then we've got the Vargo S, which again for a sniper support is actually a very solid gun. Not the meta guns, but definitely a top tier upper weapon at the minute in terms of sniper supports. So there we have it. We've ranked all 200 plus guns in this game. Obviously, most of the guns you want to be choosing are from the meta and top tier upper section. So that's why I'll leave that on screen just now so you can pick some of these guns if you want to try something different. We've also missed out like RPGs and things like that, but obviously they are niche kind of weapons. And on top of that, they do fit into this meta really well at the moment because they are explosives for any people who are not running EOD. You pretty much get a one hit kill for the most part. So overall, that's all the guns ranked. Let me know what you think about this list down in the comments below, and thank you very much for watching.